Thank you so much. I am so glad this happened tonight. I really am. Again, I want to thank everybody for sticking with me and practicing hard. And I want to mention that I'm very, very proud to have a couple of guests here this evening. That is really very, very important to me. And one person just so happens to live in the area and was absolutely hands down my favorite teacher in school, and happened to be my music theory teacher. And he's also super funny. He made class really awesome, and he made music theory fun. And that's not an easy thing to do. And so, at any rate, I'm so happy to have Mr. Tim Still. He's also a NISMA judge, vocalist, and I'm really happy that he came tonight. And if he would like to, if he wants to say a few words, or
the last thing that we need after this fine performance is a lecture from Rose Hill, who's what I will tell you is this: that you all have been given a great gift. And that gift is music. But it's not a gift that you can just take and use. You must nurture it. You must work with it. And by working with it, it will work with you and teach you many other disciplines that you don't even know you're going to find. And a quick reference, I had a student back in the early 70s. Her name was Nancy Falco. Nancy, her father was the head of the whole psychiatric clinic in Park. She was borderline genius. In those days, 1600 was the top of on the college boards. She did that in her sophomore year. Nancy learned a lesson. Her brother was equally as bright in math and science. He graduated a year early from Port Jefferson High School. And he got into Johns Hopkins, but he missed all the Ivy League schools. Nancy stayed on for the full 4 years, and then went to Yale and majored in piano and voice. And while doing so in the summertime, took math and science courses at Stony Brook. Upon completion of her degree in music, she entered Johns Hopkins Medical School, finished that, and went to Harvard Graduate Medical School. She's now one of 20 doctors in the world that can replace several limbs. But she's still the soloist of the Brookline Chorus. She's quite something. But the point I want to make is 95% of the music majors that apply and have the math background, that's a big if, that apply to medical school are accepted. 15% of the math and science majors are accepted. If you want to go to medical school, you need the music. And one of the big reasons medical schools aren't looking for super brains. They all got it. It's like getting the answer, well, I was valedictorian, and everyone says, who wasn't? It's one of those deals. But they want to know, what kind of humanitarian are you? We don't need bookworms for doctors, we need human beings. And we say, well, of course I majored in voice and piano. Oh, and then that opens a whole new world. And gets you in the door. Of course, once you get in the door, you've got to do the work and stay there. Of course, then she did. And I just say that as a lesson to you. Some of you folks are going on. I believe you mentioned Oberlin. You were looking at Oberlin. My brother was a graduate of Oberlin. Marvelous school. It really is. A conservatory. Very, very, still avant-garde. And it's a wonderful place to go. But you don't necessarily have to go to music school to do your music. Whatever you do, don't stop playing. Even if it's only in the lobby of the student union when no one else is around. Get to your piano, keep playing it. It'll keep your sanity. Trust me.
Yes, trust me.
Thank you.
I couldn't have said it better, and this is the reason I'm so proud and honored to have you here tonight. And I took away from you, and as well as my piano teacher, because it definitely is a lot more than just piano. I love watching these kids just blossom and feel proud. You all must feel really proud tonight, because I'm sure I very much am. And I know my teacher will be hearing this, Mrs. Young. I love you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you have given me. You have shaped my life in more ways than I could ever have imagined. And honestly, it occurred to me even more after hanging up how important she really was. So I want everybody here to always thank the teacher. And you know, I'm so grateful to have had this woman in my life for so long. And I also would like to thank Florence Hechtel for coming tonight. Also a colleague and an old friend of my piano teacher. She had her recital here Saturday evening. She is a wonderful vocalist, has performed in Lincoln Center. She's also a former Mrs. America. She is an amazing woman, and Florence Hechtel, I'm very happy and honored that you came tonight. Thank you very much.
It was just the other night that I was speaking to Alison, and she mentioned Barbara Young's name. And it so happens that Barbara and I performed together many, many times in chamber music for the Bach arias and things like that. She was playing the cello, and I was doing the vocal part. So I know her very, very well. I've known her for a very, very long time. And I have actually seen her in recent years because we had a mutual friend, Isabel Jackson, who was an organist in Port Jefferson. And Barbara and Isabel and I are kind of the same vintage. And we performed together many, many times. So when Isabel had her 50th wedding anniversary, I went to Michigan, and Barbara was there. And we had a very long and lovely conversation. So it kind of means the world is a small place when you hear that somebody, you know, that you had no idea was connected to another one is. And I also want to say that I am so proud to be here tonight. Alison has a mission. She is wonderful. I mean, the love that comes from her and exudes out of every single pore is so obvious, and that's what we need as a music teacher. Just being able to play notes is not the whole thing. That's just a small part of it. And I want to say I'm very privileged and honored to be here tonight, to be in that, included in this energy field tonight. And I have to agree with Mr. Still also, because my daughter is a doctor, she's a pediatrician, but she was a dance major at Brockport before she ended up being a pediatrician. She got accepted because she was also in the arts.
We have to keep the arts in the school.
Yes.
Everybody we support that.
Thank you.
Well said. I was very surprised to see a former student of mine come and just to support me. And Sarah Gove, she's now in college, going into her third year of college. I started her when she was 5. So, you know, and we're talking hundreds of kids I've had like this in my life. So I feel very fortunate. I'm going to take that experience and do something new with it. And I'm embarking on a new chapter in my life. I'm officially now a student at Stony Brook, and I will be attending there in the fall. And I will be studying biopsychology and applying all of my experience working with all of you guys to something else, and also the effects of music on the brain and all the wonderful things that it really does do for all of us, just as human beings. So I'm privileged and grateful, and wonderful ways. And she's taught me that, and I feel very proud of my daughter. Over the weekend, she officially became a certified doula. And in case anyone doesn't know what that is, it's like a modern day midwife, I suppose. She is going to be working with expectant mothers and being their emotional support, and she became officially certified. It's a very up-and-coming field. She'll be using this with her nursing career in the future. Just completed it literally last night. So I am she's already putting her nursing skills to good use, too. I have some awards that I would like to give out for everybody. And the first one I'd like to present to Mary Taviorn. I am
terribly